Today I am coming with a new topic, how the ozone hole heals by itself. I am Kuch Baby Manuran and you are watching SKB Videos episode 3. Most atmospheric ozone is concentrated in a layer in the stratosphere about 15 to 30 km above the Earth's surface. The stratospheric region with the highest ozone concentration is commonly known as the ozone layer. The amount of ozone above a location on the Earth varies naturally with latitude, season, and from day to day. Under normal circumstances, the ozone layer is thickest over the poles and thinnest around the equator. Dobson unit is a way to describe how much ozone there would be in the column if it were all squeezed into a single layer. One Dobson unit is the number of molecules of ozone that would be required to create a layer of pure ozone 0.01 millimeters thick at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 1 atmosphere. The average amount of ozone in the atmosphere is roughly 300 Dobson units, equivalent to a layer of 3 millimeters thick. Stratospheric ozone is formed naturally by the reaction between solar UV radiations and oxygen molecules, by which one oxygen molecule breaks to produce two oxygen atoms. In the next step, the excited free oxygen atoms bond with oxygen molecule to form ozone. So we can write O2 plus O is equal to O3. In the stratosphere, the destruction of ozone occurs as quickly as ozone is formed. Sunlight in the upper atmosphere can split easily ozone into an oxygen atom and an oxygen molecule. This excited oxygen atom can also react with a fresh ozone molecule to downgrade it to two oxygen molecules. Thus, under natural conditions, there exists a balance or equilibrium between the generation and destruction of ozone, leading to a steady state concentration in the ozone layer of the stratosphere. UV rays from the sun penetrate the Earth's atmosphere at three slightly different wavelengths called UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVA has wavelengths ranging from 315 to 400 nanometer. UVB has wavelengths ranging from 280 to 315 nanometer, and UVC have wavelength ranging from 100 to 280 nanometer. Of these, all UVC rays and some UVB rays get absorbed by the Earth's ozone layer, whereas all UVA and the remaining UVB rays passes through our atmosphere. Thus, out of the ultraviolet radiation that reaches the Earth's surface, more than 95% is UVA and the rest small remainder only is UVB. Coming to the health effects, UVA radiations causes skin aging, wrinkling, etc. Whereas UVB radiations and UVC radiations are responsible for causing sunburns, cataracts, skin cancers, and immune system damage, etc. Ozone layer depletion increases the amount of UVB that may reach the Earth's surface, and so the associated health effects also will aggravate. Ozone depletion occurs when manufactured chemicals, especially halocarbon refrigerants, solvents, propellants, and foam blowing agents, are released into the atmosphere. Especially the varieties which contain halogens, which are nothing but a group of organohalogen compounds containing bromine and fluorine. Then chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons or HCFCs, which are all referred to as ozone depleting substances or ODS. When UV rays strike chlorofluorocarbon or CFCl3 molecules in the upper atmosphere, a carbon chlorine bond breaks, producing a chlorine atom. This chlorine atom then reacts with an ozone molecule to form an ordinary oxygen molecule and a chlorine monoxide molecule. A free oxygen atom then breaks up the chlorine monoxide to produce again a free chlorine atom, which can repeat the process of destroying more and more ozone molecules. This way, a single CFCl3 molecule can destroy almost 1 lakh ozone molecules. When the ozone concentration goes below 220 Dobson units, we consider it as a hole. Remember, the ozone hole is not technically a hole where no ozone is present, but is actually a region of depleted ozone in the stratosphere. According to the World Meteorological Organization, the ozone layer hole over Antarctica is one of the largest and deepest in the past 15 years. The hole peaked at 24 million square kilometers. The severe depletion of the Antarctic ozone layer is believed to be due to the formation of polar stratospheric clouds. The ice crystals in the polar stratospheric clouds provide easy ozone depletion surface. On these, certain forms of chlorine that normally do not react with ozone get converted into forms that can react. So massive destruction of ozone happens when sunlight returns in the spring. Significant depletion of the Arctic ozone layer is also found in 6 of the last 9 years to an extent of 20 to 25% in the period January to April because of reactive halogen gases. But Arctic depletion does not generally create persistent ozone hole like features. These concerns led to the adoption of the Montreal Protocol in 1987, which banned the production of CFCs, halogens, and other ozone depleting chemicals. It is worthwhile to mention here that ozone in the stratosphere is a savior, whereas at the ground level it is a pollutant, as it is a component of photochemical smoke. The interim replacement identified for CFCs are HCFCs, whose ozone depletion potentials are much less. HCFCs also will be replaced by HFCs or hydrofluorocarbons, whose ozone depletion potential is zero. Now we will ask the question ourselves: the ozone layer is healing or not? The UN's Environmental Agency has found that the ozone layer is steadily repairing itself due to the drastic global reduction in the use of ozone depleting substances or ODS. Scientists have revealed that the hole observed in the ozone layer above the Arctic has healed itself in April 2020. Scientists believe that the closing of the hole in the ozone layer above the Arctic is because of a polar vortex, which is nothing but a polar cyclone. Although many argue that this is because of the lower pollution levels during the coronavirus lockdown, the scientific community has not acknowledged it yet. Antarctica, where ozone depletion has been most severe due to very low temperatures, is expected to recover much more slowly. Models predict that Antarctic ozone depletion will reach full recovery either by mid-century or between 2060 and 2070. So friends, we can be happy that the ozone layer, which is the Earth's natural sunscreen, is healing by itself. Thanks for banning the production of CFCs, halons, and other ozone depleting chemicals. I wish to leave you with this. Thanks for watching this video. Did you like this video? If your answer is yes, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support is really meaningful to me. All the best and see you next time with a new topic.